Yes, hello Wolfgang here. Welcome to this new video. Yes, I just happened to come across a TYPO3 extension that brings a little AI technology into the TYPO3 backend, specifically an extension that allows us to use AI to generate alternative text for images. Anyone who works with TYPO3 or has already set up TYPO3 for editors knows that the alternative texts are often treated very neglectfully, are not filled out at all. And especially with regard to accessibility, but also search engine optimization are a key factor. And this extension comes just at the right time, and we will take a look at them now after the intro. Yes, let's go directly to my screen. I have opened this. The extension is the AI file metadata from the agency Marketing Factory, and I happen to see that on LinkedIn. The extension is quite new, as we can see here. It is also currently not available in the extension repository, but only here on GitHub. It is also registered on packages. You can install it just like normal via Composer. What you basically need there, you need TYPO3 12 or newer, so I believe it works in version 13 as well. And you need an API key from OpenAI. That means it is no longer enough to just have a ChatGPT account, but you also need to register or log in on platform.openai.com. And then you need to create an API key there. I believe it can be used for free to a certain extent. In other words, you have to somehow top up money, and then it will be deducted. But those are really costs that are very manageable. So we are talking about amounts ranging from cents to maybe a few euros. When it is used very intensively. For installation, you can install it here just like normal. In other words, I still had to append this add dev at the end. I have now tested this on my own website. So I will also show you the command, or you will find it below in the video description. How I installed it now? Regarding the API key, I'll show you briefly where you can find that. When you log in at platform.openai.com, you probably end up somewhere, maybe here in the documentation or elsewhere. And then you go here to the dashboard and find the API keys here. There are a few of mine in there. There used to be personal API keys as well. Now the entire project is related, so to speak. You can generate or reuse it here. Save it somewhere, preferably, because you can no longer display it here. Once generated, then I believe it can no longer be displayed here. I'll test this briefly. Well, you can't see the key here anymore. That means save it somewhere. You then enter it in the settings of the extension. I am going to my backend now. This is now my website here locally on the computer. Composer is based on Docker and DDEV. Then just go here in the settings. In the extension configuration, you will find the AI file metadata. I'm not going to open it now because then you'll see my API key. You can simply enter it there. There are two other fields related to some ID or something. They seem to be optional. I did not fill it out. I just entered the API key and saved it, and that was it. What do we have available to us now? Now let's go to the file list. And I already have a folder with images open here that I use in my blog. Let's see if I can find a suitable one here. This here, for example, I'll show that briefly in large. Of course, I had that generated by AI. But let's go into the metadata now. Now we find a new button. We see that the alternative text is actually still empty here, and I will click on that now and see what happens. So that probably took about 10 seconds. And now we see a man dressed in royal attire sitting by a magnificent throne and looks at a laptop. Next is the man in a white suit. Okay, that actually works. I would save this briefly, as there is something I haven't tested yet, is how does it behave with multilingualism? One needs to take it. I'll save this for now, and let's switch to English. He will take care of that. But what happens if I restart the whole thing here now? Does he recognize that it is English? I don't know. This is really a test now. In fact, I recognize that I am now here in the English language. Then give me the text back in English. That's really cool. Let's do another test of something different, maybe this image here. I believe I borrowed that from the website for a news article. Take a look at it in large. Exactly, that was a bit more abstract. Well, let's see what happens here. A cheerful, cartoonish soul mascot is set against a colorful background of sky, sea, and palm trees. Thank you. The word stands. Yes, works. So it is very well described in principle, especially for accessibility. Let's see if I can find another picture. Should actually have a few pictures of dirt in Munich, indeed, in fact. No, I haven't. But here from the developer days is just one picture. Do I have that? Oh yes, that was the group photo. A final test. Okay, I have already inserted that manually here. Look at what the AI makes of this. I will add the manual down here so that I can compare it. A bustling hall during the developer days 24. Groups of people are conversing while some are standing tables. Informative posters and a staircase can be seen in the background. There is a friendly and bustling atmosphere. Okay, I think both are fine. We see that the text tends to be a bit long, but I don't find that bad now, because this is also about accessibility, and the alternative texts are meant to describe what is visible in the image. One can certainly shorten it a bit manually. Maybe there is also an option. I don't know that right now, that somehow in the extension, maybe just influence the prompt a little bit that is sent to OpenAI. That might be one more thing, perhaps. As far as I can see, it all works only at this level here. So in the file metadata, not in the sysfile reference metadata. For example, if I go into any content element now, for the sake of completeness, where I use an image, I believe here, for example, we don't have an option here. So it really only refers to the file metadata here in the file list, but that's okay too. In editor training sessions, I recommend anyway that the editors maintain the metadata here through the file list. Cool extension. I think I will integrate it firmly into my project now, or perhaps in several projects. I quite like it. Let me take a quick look at the composer JSON. What do we have there? Ah, from Christian. Greetings to you, Christian. Cool extension. Thank you. We see here 12 and 13, that fits. Yes. I would say it looks quite good. Yes, give it a try, test it out, and feel free to write in the comments what you think about it. Is it useful? Is it exaggerated? What else do you wish for? Of course, one can also express feature requests on GitHub. I am curious to hear your opinion. And otherwise, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, a thumbs up would be cool, and a subscription would be even cooler. And then maybe we'll see each other in the future in another video. See you then. Bye.